is Dr. Hayal Köksal from the Turkish Center for Schools of Quality and Commerce, which was established in Istanbul, Turkey in 2000. This is the project of Ict Seagulls, and it was presented by our center, and it is supported by the Ministry of National Education and Microsoft Turkey. Today I'm going to talk about the content, goals and steps of the Ict Seagulls projects, and I'd like to invite you to participate in the project of this year. First of all, let's try to explain the meaning of Ict Seagulls project. ICT is the explanation of information and communication technologies. Ict Seagulls project is an outcome of the continuous improvement through process management approach. It is the best way of integrating technology into your courses. It is one of the best ways of putting the theoretical items of curriculum into practice on the way of internalizing them. It focuses on the collaborative circles, IMECE circles, model supported by the PDCA, plan, do, check, act mindset. This model is also considered as an effective way of establishing a peace, harmony, and peer mediation culture at any school in any country. It enriches the leadership skills and empathy. It is based on sharing, caring, and communicating. Shortly, it's a peace and unity-oriented and learning-centered project. What are the goals of this project? Students and teachers who participate in this project will be able to improve environmental sensitivity. They will be able to value the cultural differences of different countries and communities. They will be able to look into the present and future events from a historical perspective. They will be able to realize the advantages of team spirit, and they will improve it more. They will be able to know and apply the contemporary quality tools like brainstorming, fishbone diagram, matrix diagram, and so on. They'll improve their ICT skills. They'll use their creativity at an developed level. They'll understand the significance of strategic planning, appropriate implementation, and logical assessment steps. They'll be able to manage their time effectively. They'll form and improve the project portfolio. They'll obey the ethical rules. They'll be able to learn and use advanced communication skills. They'll gain problem-solving methodology and also skills. And the most important one, they'll share their experiences at national and international platforms. Thus, since students focus on multiple intelligences-based creativity work through quality tools, they'll be away from memorization, and they'll use those tools in their own courses as well. Students will learn the main steps of the scientific approach from the very early years, as if they were preparing their master's thesis. New generations will learn how to develop team spirit. We'll realize it through collaboration circles, İmece circles in Turkish, İmece halkaları we say. They'll be ready for the more improved technological age, which is essential for the adaptation to the changing conditions, access to knowledge, and sharing the new products and services. And they will gain a deep understanding of the cultural differences between the nations, world peace, and environmental issues. Now I'd like to talk about our target groups. This year there are four different categories. State schools, private and foundation schools, circles supported by the NGOs, non-governmental organizations, and schools from other countries like India, United States, United Kingdom, Belgium, Nepal. And there will be 5 different levels. Kindergartens, primary schools between the 1st and the 5th grades, secondary schools between the 6th and 8th grades, high schools, and colleges. In other terms, universities, university circles. And according to their age groups, students who are participating from kindergartens and primary schools from the first group will hand in their projects as PowerPoint presentations only. Students who are participating from higher grades will prepare their projects both as a web page design and PowerPoint presentation. If you want, I'd like to share the main topics of the project. Up to now, we focused on 2 different main topics. One of them was environmental literacy and sensitivity and some related topics. And the second one was awareness improvement about cultural differences of nations. This year, our main theme is peace, unity, tolerance. That's why we are focusing on gaining a spirit of world peace, unity, harmony, and mediation through love, respect, and tolerance on the way of struggling with violence, terrorism, and war. So, you can choose your topics or problem area in relation with these 3 main topics. One is world peace, the second one is environment, and the last one is cultural understanding differences. It's up to you. Circles will determine the topics. Students will choose the problem area. And in your circle, there will be 2 teachers. Between 5 and 7 students, you'll come together, you'll determine your problem area, and then you'll work on the problem area by the help of technology. Okay? Let's go on. Let's talk about the ICT part of this project. You know, we said ICT stands for Information and Communication Technology, ICT. During the 5 main steps of the project, electronic environment will be essential. The internet and computers will be used at every step. And all the circle members, including teacher leaders, will have email addresses, and they'll have the internet access in their school, and they'll get all the necessary information through the internet from my mails, and of course from the very beginning of the project you'll have this CD about the ICT Seagulls project steps and web page design prepared by our web page design expert Mehmet Nuri Çankaya. And then after getting all these material, you'll start your project. In this project, again, in ICT window, we can say that Microsoft Office programs like Word, Excel, PowerPoint will be used mainly. All the research on literature reviewing of the problem area will be conducted through the internet along with the library search. Okay, you'll actually go to the library and then you'll sit before your computer and you'll surf on the internet. And in order to gain ethical sensitivity, all the sources will be quoted according to the international reference showing rules. Okay? The project is based on continuous improvement through process management. Let's try to understand the meaning of this. You must be familiar with TQI. Are you? Total quality in education. First of all, let's try to understand what characteristics gain importance during the 21st century. We'll get some information from different experts like John J. Bonstingle, Ed Meyer, and me, Dr. Köksal. Quality-focused global world economy will be very popular, Bonstingle says. Global workload based on rivalry for the next generations will be will have a great importance. Functional work environment and time will be efficient. Home offices. You can see your environment, lots of home offices. And there will be no traditional work insurance anymore. Lifelong learning will be the most popular philosophy, and people have different careers throughout their lives. And the name of the game will be flexibility and adaptability. If you are flexible and if you adapt yourself into the changing environments, you will be successful. Empathic thinking and improvement of lateral thinking will be another key factor. Team spirit and gaining appropriate learning styles according to your intelligences will be another key. And of course, time management, effective use of technology, communication skills, and leadership skills will be beneficial for the future leaders of our world. After listing all these qualifications, let's ask an important question. How will we train healthy, happy, and successful new generations in such a global village? We, educators, teachers, teacher trainers, have a very important mission. As educators, our mission must be to train qualified new generations and future leaders for a better world. And who will have an effective role in this mission? Of course, not only teachers, not only parents. For happy and qualified generations, schools, families, individuals personally, communities, states, business world, and all non-governmental organizations, shortly NGOs, should collaborate in order to train the future leaders. And let's talk about the schools' role in this future mission. Why is schools' role important? Here, you should be careful with the circles. Okay, you should think about the circle philosophy of life. You come to the world and then you are brought up and then you become a mature person and then you finish your university, you have business, you get married, you have children, and then you get older. Okay, this is a circle just like seasons, First summer and then fall and winter and spring, and it's going on endlessly. So Bonstengel says quality is an endless journey. So circles, our collaboration circles are very important. And also the procedures within the school environment is also very important. We at schools, in any organization, you do the same. Planning, you do planning. And then you apply it to a pilot group. And then you check the results. You make the necessary modifications, changes, and then you act. You apply it to the whole, to a larger group, and then you bring some standards in order to produce some better, let's say, products or services. So you should keep in your mind this circle philosophy. Plan, do, check, act. Plan, do, check, act. As John Mann said in 2002. PDCA mindset. Okay, it is very important to realize the continuous improvement philosophy through process management. You are going to apply process management in Ict Seagulls project. And you should learn this. Quality is not a slogan or an idea, but it's a way of living. So you should internalize the quality philosophy to be happy, healthy, and successful. Okay, let's make a very clear definition of continuous improvement philosophy. Continuous improvement philosophy shows us ways to attain a common culture at any organization through collaborative circles, by the participation of every member and the process management applications, guided by the leaders of it for the happiness, satisfaction, and development of all individuals and thus of all community members. So we are going to start from the person, from the individual one, to the larger groups of people. So happiness of all people is our main target. And we believe that with Mr. Bonstengel and with my dearest colleagues, the best educational environment is a classroom or school where all the students are supported with love, respect, and tolerance along with their existing powers and potentials. It is achieved through ICT, technology use, project and portfolio management, creativity, problem-solving skills, time, and conflict management. And how can we improve quality at the classroom and in school? We should apply contemporary and scientific methodology and critical thinking skills. We should respect our children. Thus, we can be good models for them. They'll respect us and others as well. in return. Love, tolerance, and empathy are the key factors. Effective technology use, multi-way communication, and of course leadership of the students. Project and creativity-based collaboration circles or IMECE circles is one of the best ways to improve quality in education and to train good leaders, future leaders, we say. In this ICT Seagulls project, first of all, we should talk about the content and methodology. We'll apply project and portfolio management through IMECE circles. We'll use quality tools, we'll design web pages and we'll prepare PowerPoint presentations, and then we'll share everything with the other teams. And we can say that ICT Seagulls project is the meeting point of innovative teachers with innovative students. This is our slogan. Now let's talk about the project steps. As I said before, there are 5 main steps in ICT Seagulls projects. The first step is the identification of the project topic. You form your team, your circle, 2 teachers. 1 teacher should be related to ICT skills. The other teacher might be a subject area teacher, the leader teacher. And then there will be 5, 6 or 7 students in the team having similar aims. And of course you'll have an advisor later on from a university or from an NGO. You'll come together, you'll meet, and you'll choose and identify your topic. The project topic should have a feature. It is important not to stuck to a dead end. It must be a real problem in your determined area, within your environment. And it should be beneficial for the science, for the community, and for the students. All the circle members should like and possess the topic. They should believe that the project will be very helpful for most of the people, and it will make their lives easier. And you should ask the correct questions, you should identify the topic well, and you should set up your thesis accurately. This is the first step. And you can determine the problem area from your school, from your city, from your own environment, from your country, from the world. It's up to you. The second step is conducting a deep and preliminary research about the topic. It is related to reviewing literature through the internet and through the library search. This step will be useful both for the first and the last phases. However, it will only form 20 or 15% of the whole work in your project. Don't fall into the false feeling that you have nearly finished the project when you put all the books and documents and printed papers on your table about your project. It is not. It is not a project yet. It is not conducting a project just copying, cutting, pasting some lines and pictures from other sources. You must do correct quoting. Ethics is very important. And you should start, perhaps, this is the best way, forming your virtual exhibition room on your web page of your school, perhaps, or you can have another web address. Share your findings, pictures, articles, and your roadmap with everyone so that they can also support you. They can send you some extra materials. So this is a collaborative work as you feel. The third step is thinking, brainstorming, proposing, and pre-assessing. This is the planning phase. Now let's think that you selected your topic, you reviewed the literature. What have you found related to your problem? You put everything on the table, and you should also ask some questions like these. Does your project have a feature according to your findings, or is it better to change the route a little bit? What are the main and root causes of your problem? Do brainstorming, fishbone diagram, use some quality tools. What are your solutions, tactics, and strategies to solve this problem? In your plans, you should also find out the implementation methodology and tools. How will you understand you have become successful at the end of the implementation phase? You will deliver the project on the 15th of May 2007. Make a good time plan. Use Gantt cards. We have one. We send you the expected time management card. Of course, you'll make some changes and you'll show the differences on this card as well. We'd like to see it on your web page. This is another important criterion. Is it going to be a 1-year project, a 2-year project, a 3-year project? You should also plan this. You should decide on this, and you should make all the implementation plans accordingly. And the fourth phase step is implementation. In your solutions, in your strategic planning, what kind of activities do you have? Surveys, questionnaires, interviews, observations, seminars, field trips, brochures, leaflets, posters, campaigns, visits. You should make a good list of them. And here I'd like to point out the meaning of success. What is success, in fact? Establishing a sharing platform to create solutions for the problem or other problems in which all can contribute to heal the whole can be considered as a great success. Learning and also internalizing the spirit of collaboration, spirit of unity, harmony, it's a success. Finding out new solutions, a new interpretation, feeling of motivation, awareness, gaining awareness for the whole community problems. This is a success as well. Improving the problem, but measuring the change. Pre and post tests, they are also very important in order to prove your change. Okay? And creating customer delight among the whole partner members and community is another achievement, success. And the last step is sharing. Share your study and findings through PowerPoint presentations and or your web page design. Why do I say or? Because for kindergarten and primary students, we don't ask for a web page, only PowerPoint presentation. And the web page design must be a product of the students, not the teachers or IT professionals. All the ICT Seagulls projects and web pages will be prepared in English, but also a version which is prepared in your mother tongue will exist since it's an international project. So for the international participations, We ask for English web pages, but you can also include your mother tongue version of the web page. To sum up, what you are going to do is this. Identify your problem and decide on your methodology. Decide on the methodology for research, to sort out the information, collecting data, to do classification, and also appropriate quality tools. Which ones will be used? Brainstorming, Fishbone, Matrix, Pareto for your solutions. And you should conduct your research upon your roadmap. Roadmap. This is very important. After drawing your roadmap, you should share it with me. You should send your roadmap to me in order to get approval. Otherwise, you can change your way. We'd like to be together on the way of ICT Seagulls project. So, try to use national and international search engines effectively. For every meeting, keep a diary. You should include the reports, checklists, and agenda for every meeting. Every team should meet at least once in a week and should keep report. It is advised to prepare a meeting format, date, number of the meeting, how many people attended, how many percent, decisions, changes. So prepare a format and then use the same format at every meeting with your team. And do not forget to measure the rate of improvement, the rate of change. This is the proof of your success. It is advisable to have an external advisor related to the topic. For example, a professor from a university or a CEO from an NGO. Your web page should be easily visited. It should be open and it should be understandable. The jury members should be in contact easily with the webmaster. This is a student project. Students should conduct all the steps, including the web page design and communication. Teachers are only facilitators and guides and coaches to support the circle members. So, from the very beginning to the end, we are sharing everything with the student leaders and of course teacher leaders. If you want to learn about the assessment steps, I should admit that this year we are going to follow a 3-step assessment process. The preliminary step includes commerce decisions. The general coordinator, it's me, of the projects will approve the projects at the final step just before starting the peer assessment phase of the circles. And the criteria will be as follows. Obeying time restrictions, it means managing time. Following the general rules of the project, have you followed the rules? Designing the web pages according to the rules of the project. Does your web page include all the points we mentioned, we pointed out? And delivering all the documents and CDs at a complete and timely manner. This is very important. So these 4 criteria will be assessed by the general coordinator, and then we'll say yes, you are going on with the peer assessment step. Okay? In the second step, peer assessment step, all the circles from different countries will assess the other projects, excluding their own project. They are not going to give grades for their own projects, the other ones. Okay? And there will be 30 points of 10 criteria, and this grade will form the 30% of the whole grading. And circle members are also expected to correspond with the other circles members living at different countries for a vivid communication platform. And the final assessment will include the jury's assessment. The jury members will assess all the projects based on the same criteria mentioned in the peer assessment step, and it will constitute of the 70% of the whole assessment. Now let's talk about the assessment criteria. There are 10 main points. The identification of the project topic was done in a democratic manner and it was clearly defined. We'd like to see it. The literature review of the problem area was conducted from the internet and from the library resources. All the members seem to have understood the main theme accurately. This is related to reviewing literature. Number 3, the data analysis and the determination of main and root causes were done accurately through various quality tools such as brainstorming, fishbone, and matrix diagrams. Number 4, strategies and solutions are determined by the members and they are clear and effective. 5, changes after the implementation have been stated openly in the strategic plan, they were measured, and the improvement change rates were given in percentages. The outcomes of the project have been clarified well. The project diary exists on the web page. The web page designs holds all the needed characteristics and sections: easy access, logos, links, contacts, circle members. The web page has both Turkish and English, English and your mother tongue PowerPoint presentations to show the way to the web visitors. Turkish ICT Seagulls will prepare their PowerPoint presentations in Turkish and English. Other nations are going to prepare their PowerPoint presentations in English and in their mother tongues, in their native languages. Okay? Is it clear? Thank you. And it is apparently clear that students prepared the web page and conducted the whole project. The role of the teacher is only facilitating. Web pages which are designed by the professionals are disqualified or lose points. So the web page designs should be done by the student webmasters. And finally, the advisor, the expert in the problem area should be mentioned on the web page with thankful words, and all the quoting should be done accurately. Okay, these are the main assessment criteria of ICT Seagulls project, and everything written in rubrics will be sent all the teams in May after delivering the web addresses and all the documents of your study. There will be no financial prize at the end. However, we believe with my colleagues, the biggest award is considered as internalizing the team spirit skills, continuous improvement philosophy, which is shortly Kaizen, communication skills, and leadership skills, and reputation at national and international platforms. It is a student project, not a teacher one. Teachers are only facilitators, guides, and coaches. Now let's talk about quality tools you are going to use. The first and the most important one is the philosophy, PDCA mindset. If you look at the table here, you will see there are 6 steps, 3 P's, 1 B, 1 C, 1 A. It tells something to us. Planning has a very important part in any study, in any project. 3 steps. In planning, you should ask 3 main questions. What? Why? How? The first question is asked to determine, to identify the problem. What is our problem? What is the problem we have in this school, in this environment, in this city, in this country, in the world? It's up to you to select your environment, your problem place. And the second question, why does it exist? Why do we have it? Why do we witness such a problem? We determine the causes, main causes and root causes. And number 3, how can we solve it? How can we solve our problem, this problem? And we should plan the precautions and measures here. And then apply your solutions. This is a pilot study in order to understand the feasibility of your strategies, effectiveness of your strategies, and then check, study on the findings, make necessary changes, and act. You'll have your standards and you'll make some decisions. For example, every week we are going to organize a panel in order to inform our parents about the birth control, if your problem area is birth control. Or you can, for example, say, in the curriculum, we'll include this topic to create an environmental sensitivity among the students. Okay? And we recommend some other quality tools: brainstorming, fishbone diagram, flowchart, matrix diagram, Pareto diagram, graphics, tables, check sheet, Gantt card for time managing. And you can find information about these tools on the internet or in the book of Mr. Bonstingle named Schools of Quality. And there is the web page address here. You can ask you can order this book through the address. And then you can have a look at the ICT Seagulls project Gantt card. There are the steps on the left: plan, do, check, act, and standardization, presentation, and award day. And of course, the projects start in October and then finishes in May, and then in June there is the assessment and final sharing day. And identification of the topic, approval, literature review. We pointed out the expected times to you. You are going to make perhaps some changes, and you'll put your observed times on your Gantt card, and you can start your web page design from the final week of November, we advise it to you, because from the very beginning you will be in the process of communicating with others from different countries or from other schools in your environment. So you should learn and check how to manage your project time through a Gantt chart. In addition to expected boxes, you should add your observed boxes to show the resemblances and differences, and you can use it at every project you conduct. We wish you good luck with it. And what about your web page? Which details will take place in your web page? First of all, you will write the full name of the project, 2007 International Comer ICT Seagulls Project. You should put the logos, Comer logo, Microsoft logo. We hope you also will get the support of Microsoft in your area, because Microsoft Turkey supports all the project teams here. And also you should place your school's logo, and you should prepare your own project logo and project title, picture and form of your web page, background of it, main menu. Of course it will be in English, and then you will have another version in your native language. And on your web page we expect to find project portfolio, quality tools, your findings, your solutions, reflections of the whole circle members, your diary, decisions taken through the meetings, your PowerPoint presentations. Every PowerPoint presentation will have nearly 20 or 25 slides. Okay, we'll tell it later on. Your circle leaders, circle members and their biodata, and some links. For example, there should be a link to our center, Turkish center, and then to perhaps Microsoft and the other partners, and there should be a communication part with the email address of webmaster. And we are going to use some case studies to share the use of quality tools. And this is taken from the Convention Book of City Montessori Schools in India 2003. The first sample case is named Collapse of Family Values Within the Community. Selection of the problem through brainstorming. Let's see a good example of brainstorming. Students came together, let's say 2 teachers, 6 students, and they asked this question: what are the main problems of our community? And they found out 4 main problems. Family values collapse in our society, leaving school rate increases, guilty children at every early stages, and poverty. And then they vote these problems starting from 7 to 1, and they decide on the most important problem. This is the most democratic way of making a decision. Okay? They are, as a whole, the team members, they are going to decide on their problem area. And then they place it on a matrix diagram. What are the most important problems of our community? First problem, to the first column. First problem is this. Second problem, third problem, fourth problem. And on the left, there are the circle members, including the teachers. Okay? Not only students. And then every member will vote for each problem area. Then they'll add all the points and they'll show it in percentages. And every item will be assessed from the top point 7, and then this matrix diagram will be shown also as a Pareto diagram. And then the most important problem area was found as the collapse of family values. Within 1 or 2 paragraphs, the importance of family is written and the problem is clarified to the audience and to themselves as well. The next step is finding out the main and root causes of the problem. We use a fishbone diagram for it. We draw a very nice fishbone diagram. We place the problem to the head of the fishbone. What is it? Collapse of family. And then there will be some main bones, main causes. One is related to human, the other is related to environment, community, system. These are the main causes. And within every main cause, there are small tiny bones. These are called root causes. For example, in environment, the effect of husband's mother might be a negative or might be the cause of the problem in families. So all the team members, circle members, they find out the main and root causes of the problem, and then they improve some strategies for the solution of the problem. For example, as the first strategy, they found out creating the convenient environment for the families. Another one is the importance of and role of non-governmental organizations. Another one, the importance of religious people in order to guide the community. And then planning and implementation phases. The members of the circle decided to make necessary modification using those strategies. The advantages of the parties were shared with the community. Responsible people were determined. They were invited to school. Some seminars were held. All the studies were started. Okay, it was a nice way of sharing problems. The second case comes from Turkey, Kaysar. Kemer is a region and also the name of the school. Young Search and Rescue. Project title is Natural Disasters. The group name is Kemer Young Search and Rescue. And they have a slogan, no natural disasters, no scared kids. And they wrote the group leader's name, group member's name. Average age was 10, very early step. And the place and time of the meeting was shown here. Every Monday they came together. And as you see, they showed their slogan and they placed some pictures from the earthquake in 1999 in Istanbul. You know, we had terrible days. Okay, and then they pointed out the disaster. They tried to define it and the types of the disasters, and they shared why they chose this problem, and they showed out their fishbone diagram. They shared their suggestions and their conclusions. You can find more about their project on their web pages. And also we can share some other projects with you, and in order to see them you can visit some other web pages. I'd like to share a project from United States. Seabright Montessori prepared a playground project for the hurricane region schools. In their plan, they defined the problem, they put their hypotheses, they showed their plans. You can study on these projects. And another project I share here with you is coming from City Montessori School in India. The name of the project is Peace Pulse. And in this project, they conducted a very nice project related to peace of the world. And some ICT Seagulls project samples can be found from these web pages related to the year 2004, 2005. Please visit all these web pages and send some mails to the owners of the projects. And please follow us. We'll always be in contact with you, and we'll send you the necessary forms. There will be 2 forms to apply for the project, and then if needed we'll send such audio CDs to you, and if necessary again we will have some video conference sessions in order to lead and support you. I send good wishes, love and hugs from Istanbul, Turkey. We all love you, and we hope to meet in Istanbul in June to share and to care each other and to see our stands over there and share all our good wishes and hopes. Bye-bye. Thank you.